Summertime and the living was easy. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful one. And we are out of summer, at least basically down here. It is cold over here. The Sundays, summertime is what we are listening to today. This is going to be off of their album, Static and Silence, their third and final studio album released in 1997. It's the first track actually off the album. I don't know for a fact, but I would assume perhaps that this is a cover of the infamous song, Summertime. We're listening to this track because this was recommended and suggested and sponsored by Michael. So Michael, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the recommendation. I also see that it had been highly suggested by a lot of people actually as well in the comments, such as Animal Nitrate, Frankie, James, and Mark Villa. Of course, we are currently working through some Sundays currently, but what's wrong with a little bit more? Nothing if you ask me. Let's go ahead and listen to this track. We'll discuss it, of course, after. I'm pulling it up because I forgot to do so over on Spotify. It is loading. It is loading. Is this the correct one? Make sure the album cover is the same. Excellent, because I always want to get that album version. Here we go.
Some people wonder,
I guess not.
In a hot-shaped hotel room, it's what a heart is for. The bubble floats so madly when you stay sky high. Hello, partner, kiss your name, bye-bye. Sometimes romantic Piscean, six angel in disguise, Chinese-speaking girlfriend with brown eyes, Liverpudlian lady, sophisticated man. Hello, partner, tell me love confess.
It's so warm.
And it's you and me in the summertime. We'll be hand in hand down in the park.
The horns too, huh?
With a squeeze and a sigh and a twinkle in your eye, and the sunshine vanishes the dark.
Come on, man. This is the feel-good song of the summer.
Some people wonder when they were born in a distant hellhole.
Listen to the guitar riff right behind me.
But all I see is films where a careless dispense. An angry young man with a naked red hair. Sometimes get up, the voice inside says there's no time for looking down. Only pounding word, we're talking to the town. How do you coin the phrase though? Like a sexual
I like how compared to the Sundays, that we're currently listening to, I like how, yes, truthfully and directly, this is the most summery song that we've heard from the band. This is away from maybe some of the more dreamy aspects and moving into something a lot more upbeat and just absolutely pleasurable and fun to listen to. This is getting out of your house, getting out of wherever you are, going outside and just soaking in, and I mean soaking in the sunshine and life and just the day, enjoying it and making the most of it as you will. This is, I don't know, I'm sure there's a music video for this or whatever, but the music video in my mind is just like walking down the street, walking through a park, going get some ice cream, like blowing bubbles, flying a kite, like just joyous, innocent things that are constantly happening here. But this track in particular is just like a joy to listen to. It is, I think, one of those kind of instant gratification, instant feel goods. It's just serotonin directly and audibly into your brain. It is just, it's just oral gratification. That's exactly what it is. And I really love, obviously, Harriet's voice and the way she sings here, approaching with a little bit more of a lighter step, a little bit of a, almost is the right word I want to use, flittering? Like a light bounciness, like a ballet dancer, but something like a butterfly flittering or flying around, flittering. Move quickly in an apparent, random, or purposeless manner. Yeah, you know what? We'll go with it because there's a wonderful carelessness about it. Don't worry about being weighed down with stress and work and school and this and that and life. No. Go out and blow some bubbles and eat some ice cream. And I think that that's the mood that she's going for and ultimately accomplishes here. I love the guitar playing from David Gavririn. Not only just the general riff and the jangliness of it, but especially in the second verse, I love the kind of, not dancey, but I need a synonym for dancey. The pattern that's happening underneath, there's a little bit of a movement to it that kind of twirls. It kind of pirouettes behind Harriet and behind the music. Not this. I love the effects. There. Hold on. Before that. That little, like, it's just a cool little flick of the wrist that is just so pleasurable and melodic to listen to. It's just really cool. Like you heard before, those little effects where, the guitar is kind of pitching in, pitching down, and it's kind of playing in, to me, like a theremin-esque kind of related sound. The addition of horns is really cool. Like, it's just a really well-rounded, feel-good track. And you know how, the phrase "Song of the Summer"? Brother, it's in the name. Some people wind up with the one that they adore. In a heart-shaped hotel room, it's what a heart is for. The bubble floats so madly, will it stay sky high? Hello, partner, kiss your name, bye-bye. Oh, sometimes. Romantic Piscean seeks angel in disguise. Chinese-speaking girlfriend, big brown eyes. Liverpudlian lady, sophisticated male. Hello, partner, tell me love cannot fail. No matter who you are, where you're from, your star signs, your nationality, no matter any of these things, love can come at you and you won't even know it. And it is all summertime love from there. Summer love. And it's you and me in the summertime. We'll be hand in hand down in the park with a squeeze and a sigh and that twinkle in your eye. And all the sunshine banishes the dark. This is pure summer love and infatuation and such. That young love. Some people wind up with the one they abhor in a distant hellhole room, this third world war. But all I see is films where colorless despair meant angry young men with immaculate hair. Well, sometimes I like the twist here on the second verse. Of course, taking the same lines and, in certain ways, same phrasing, but changing it now into something a little negative there. Get up, a voice inside says. There's no time for looking down. Only a pound a word, and you're talking to the town. And how do you coin the phrase, though, that will set your soul apart? Just to touch a lonely heart. And it's you I need in the summertime as I turn my white skin red. 2 peas in the same pod, yes we are. Or have I read too much fiction? Is this how it happens? Like, is this actually a fairy tale come true? Is this, real life? Is it working the same way that it does in the movies and such? I like the 2 peas in the same pod. When my wife and I were dating, one of the first gifts I bought her, and I want to say I bought it probably, like, honestly, maybe a month or two into it, I bought her this piece of jewelry. It was a necklace, and it had like 2 peas in a pod. It was like a cool little necklace. I don't know if she still has that. Let's look at the information on this track. It says the song was recorded for the band's final album. Here, as we mentioned, the first single from the album as well. They were inspired to write the song after several of their friends joined a dating service, and the lyrics reflect on how the pursuit of perfect romantic relationships can become taxing. It became their most successful single worldwide, peaking at number 15 in the UK, entering the top 50 in Australia and Canada. In the US, it was not eligible to chart, interesting, at the time because it was not yet released as a single physically. It instead reached number 50 on the Billboard Hot 100 Airplay, number 7 on the AAA chart, 10 on Modern Rock Tracks, and 13 on Adult Top 40. As mentioned, Gavarin elaborated that he was inspired to write the song because practices such as joining singles groups and advertising oneself for romance was becoming more respectable, despite the fact that both he and Wheeler believed these practices were tragic and funny. It took away the chance for people to meet face to face. He went on to say, and people can really oppress themselves with that mythic picture of romance, so we just wanted to address in a tongue-in-cheek way that the easily gained perfect partnership is indeed a myth. According to Bradley Bambarger, the song examines the burdensome ideal of romantic bliss. That's a lot of words to say. It sounded darn good. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Michael, thank you so much for the recommendation. I really appreciate the support as well, and from everyone else in the comments. The Buy Me a Coffee is there in case you want to be like Mike. Support and sponsor a song request that way. Or you can just chill in the comments, have a wonderful time, and hopefully I'll get to your request as well that way. But one skips the line. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you all being here. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.